of Fox Sports.
We are Baltimore. We are LA.
Even after 2 MVP awards, 2017 saw Mike Trout off to the best start of his storybook career. Until an unexpected twist.
Looks like he may have jammed his left hand, Gooby.
On May 28th, Trout's thumb injury left him on the disabled list for the first time in his career. The Angels have been resilient in the face of adversity as they've waited for the 6-time All-Star to return.
That is gone! 4th consecutive game for Trout with a home run.
Now, the best player in baseball is back. Next.
The All-Star break is in the rearview mirror, and the ceremonial second half kicks off tonight. We are at the Big A, kicking off a long homestand. The Tampa Bay Rays are in town to kick off this 3-game set on this beautiful Friday night. We welcome you inside Angels Stadium and back to Angels baseball here on Fox Sports West, along with Mark Rubens. I'm Victor Rojas. Now, if our smiles are a little bit bigger, a little bit brighter today, it's because Ricky Nolasco's on the mound. No, I'm kidding. No, Mike Trout, of course, he is back. Back on May 28th. You just saw the slide there into second base. Hurt his thumb on the disabled list, had surgery, rehabbed it. Didn't last very long as far as the rehab. He's been chomping at the bit. He's back in the lineup tonight.
Well, Victor, when you think about it, this team really did a nice job of staying in that wild card discussion. When you think about it, they've done a good job as far as creating runs. Now you have one of the best, if not the best, run producers in the game back in your lineup. He can drive the ball out of the ballpark. He can hit the gaps for doubles and triples. He can steal bases, but that swing is so perfect, especially when you think about him to be able to carry a ball club now. Now it looks like he's going to have guys on base. He's been able to steal some bags, but Cameron maybe to the top with 25 stolen bases. Cole Calhoun got hot in Trout's absence. He's going to have a lot more guys to be able to drive in now. Albert, too, behind Mike Trout.
Yeah, we'll see that offense can do against a SoCal product. Jake Faria, family season ticket holders here of the Angels for a very long time. We mentioned Ricky Nolasco. He's on the mound for the Angels. The opening day starter trying to have a much better second half to give the Angels a chance, perhaps at that wild card spot. We're just about ready for baseball here in Southern California. Sit back, relax. Lineups at first pitch when we return. Angels Baseball on Fox Sports West is being brought to you by our local Southern California Land Rover retailers. By Jack in the Box, come try the new sweet or spicy barbecue bacon cheeseburger and chicken sandwich for limited time only. And by your local Toyota dealers. Let's go places. long homestand. 3 against the Rays, 2 against the Washington Nationals, and 3 against the Boston Red Sox next weekend. And how about this? 2 off days at home. I can't remember the last time that ever happened.
Never.
It's usually a travel day or something. But the Angels will certainly enjoy it, because now, after playing 92 games in the first half of the season, they will even things out and getting some of those off days. Halos have taken the field, and we will check out the Tampa Bay's Rays lineup as presented by their manager, Kevin Cash, in his 3rd season. Malek Smith will lead things off. He's in center field. Corey Dickerson, the All-Star, is DHing. Evan Longoria at third base. Logan Morrison at first. Steven Souza Jr. in right. You got Wilton Ramos behind the plate. Brad Miller at second. Danny Echeverria, the former Marlin, is now the shortstop for the Rays. He's batting 8th. And then Shane Peterson gets a start in left field. He will bat 9th. Mentioned Velasco's on the mound. This will be his 19th start of the season. Gooby 4-10 with a 5.06 ERA. He had 2 very good starts, 2 promising starts, and all of a sudden the last one before the break, not so much, kind of reverted back to what had happened for him the first 2 months of the season.
He really missed location, especially on his secondary pitches. And when you look at this lineup for the Tampa Bay Rays, they really hit a fastball well. It's going to be very important for Ricky to get a good feel for those secondary pitches. His slider, his curveball, and his split finger fastball. Locate fastball, but get the hitters out with those secondary pitches. They have a chance to pull this W out today.
Take a look at the defense for the Angels, and Cameron Maben back to left field. Mike Trout in his familiar center. Cole Calhoun at right. The infield with Yunel Escobar and Andrelton Simmons on the left side. Nick Franklin, Luis Valbuena on the right, and Martin Maldonado. I'm sure he enjoyed the 4-day All-Star break. He's back behind the dish.
Yeah, and Cole Calhoun out in right field. 4 outfield assists this season. 33 when you think going back to 2014. That leads all Major League Baseball right fielders as far as outfield assists. He's been very accurate, very good as far as coming in on the baseball, especially with Nolasco on the mound. A fly ball pitcher should be active.
The Halos with the victory last Sunday in Texas finished off the ceremonial first half at 45-47, 2 games under 500, and tied for second in the West, 16.5 back. At home here at the Big A, 23-19. On the road, 22-28. Malek Smith ready to lead things off. Rays playing really good baseball. And they're starting to get some of their injured pitching back as well. 4 games over 500, 47-43. They find themselves tied for second at the start of the day, 3.5 back. There's the first one from Nolasco, and it is in there for a strike. 82 degrees, a warm night here at the Big A. Malek Smith with good speed. 24-year-old from Tallahassee, Florida, hitting .333 with a home run, 5 runs batted in. It's a little flare towards short. Simmons has to come in on it, 1 away.
Always important to keep Smith off the bases. You mentioned that speed, 11 stolen bases on the season. You can see what kind of approach he's going to have. He's going to try to put the ball in play and utilize that speed.
He's in that leadoff spot for the injured Kevin Kiermaier. Dickerson had been batting a lot in that leadoff spot when we were down in St. Petersburg. The Angels and the Rays played a 4-game series under the big top and split that 4-game set. As the aforementioned Dickerson steps in, DHing. .312 with 17 home runs and 42 runs batted in. So 44 extra base hits for Corey Dickerson. Head of the count at 1-0.
Generally a very aggressive hitter also. First pitch swinger. A guy that will go after every pitch, even out of the strike zone. So he's aggressive at the plate, but yet you mentioned those extra base hits. Very big for him this year.
Breaking balls into dirt. And it's 2 balls and no strikes. Rays will strike out a lot, and they will also hit a lot of home runs. 133 home runs as a team. That's 3rd best in the American League. They've struck out 874 times, while their opponents have punched out 722 times. So just over 150 strikeouts more than the opposition. This is lifted on the 3rd base side. Might be playable. Uni drifting over near the railing and can't make the play. And perhaps because he drifted, unable to get there, although there was somebody sticking the glove out. It's a foul ball, 2-1.
As you know, Escobar tried to get towards that little short wall there. Took a quick peek and then the reach out for the fan, unable to catch that pop-up. Especially when you're behind 2-0, you get a hitter to be out in front, pop it up. You love to be able to get an out with that pitch.
Shift on. Simmons playing up the middle. Escobar between short and third. 2-1. Breaking ball had him out in front. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Well, you mentioned the Rays. They strike out a lot. They'll hit home runs, and they walk a lot. That's how they score the majority of their runs. That's how many baseballs put in play. They're a club that believes in that 3-run home run. Aggressive swinger.
2-2. And he got him. After a couple slow breaking balls, got the express by him.
You talk about a perfect pitch. He's looking off speed. He tried just to foul that one off at 92-mile-an-hour fastball from Nolasco with that late movement. You see what he was looking for. He's looking off speed. Got a fastball instead. Nice job by Martin Maldonado behind the plate to recognize that and call for a fastball. They're on pace now for 1,573 strikeouts this year. That would be the all-time record set last year by Milwaukee. Yet there are 4 games over 500.
Yep, 4 games over 500. They pitched much better. Defense has been shaky at times. Over 60 errors this year. Longoria's ahead of the count. This one's driven out to left. Hit well. Maben will watch this one go, and that is a blast for Evan Longoria. Yet another 2-out hit and run allowed by the Angels staff. 1-0 Tampa Bay.
And talked about the home run ball for Tampa already here in the first inning. Longoria, his 13th home run, 54 RBI. This fastball drifted back to the middle of the plate, and he did not miss that one. Good leverage created on that swing from Longoria to drive it out to left center field for a home run.
26th home run allowed by Ricky Nolasco. Here's Logan Morrison. Off speed, missing up and away. Morrison hitting .258, 24 home runs, 57 RBIs. Halos have given up now 95 home runs as a staff this year. 33 of them have come with 2 outs. It's the 6th one that Ricky's allowed with 2 outs. On the corner, 2-1. Franklin out in shallow right with Morrison at the plate, and he'll cut through this one. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1-0 Rays on the Longoria blast.
And he's put up some real good numbers on the road this season for Logan Morrison. You would think in that ballpark down there in Tampa. Top OPS on the road this season. 1,070 for Logan Morrison. It's been that good and that effective on the road. 16 home runs.
Cued back toward the mound, and Nolasco lets it go to Simmons. There's the 3rd out recorded. But the Rays hit their 134th home run of the season. And the Angels will send up Maben, Calhoun, and Trout down 1-0. We'll take a look at Mike Scioscia's lineup for the Angels. Mentioned at 45 and 47, looking for their 24th victory at home. They'll have Maven leading things off in left, Calhoun at right. Trout in that 3 spot, back in there for the first time since May 28th. He's in center. Pujols DHing. Escobar at third. Simmons at short. Valpoint at first. Maldonado behind the plate. Nick Franklin gets a start tonight at second base, and he is batting ninth. Taking on the 23-year-old right-hander, native of La Palma, California. Grew up in this area at DeGar High School, making his 7th start of the season, 7th start of his career. Jake Faria.
Faria has been very good as far as his ERA working, the strikeout total, but my go-to is to be successful against him is bring that 4-seamer in the zone. Like most Tampa Bay Ray pitchers, they try to get you to chase that 4-seamer out of the strike zone and track that baseball from the batter's eye. You've not seen him before, but you try to track that out of the hand and read what pitch he's throwing.
Well, the start to his big league career is the first one is in there for a strike. Cameron Maven hitting .245, 16 doubles, a triple, 6 home runs, 21 runs batted in.
His fastball is going to be 90 to 95 range. 4-seam fastballs mostly. Although a slider, curveball, and a split changeup. A very good split changeup. It was that last pitch to Maven.
Breaking ball that bounces about 2 feet in front of the plate. 2 balls and a strike. Cameron needed the All-Star break. He is really cooled off the month of July. 284 in June. He's hit 148 so far, 4 for 27. 1 extra base hit. He'll drive this one out toward right center field. Smith was playing that way, hauls it in. Nice swing by Cameron, gave it a ride, but it's the first out here. The first will check out the Rays on the defensive side. Peterson, Smith, and Suze in the outfield for the Rays from left to right. Longoria, Echeverria, Miller, and Morrison from third to first. Ramos behind the plate.
And Souza Jr. has really made a lot of really good plays out in right field for the Rays this season. He does have 3 outfield assists, 8 assists each of the last 2 seasons, but he shows some great range, fearless out in the outfield, diving for balls and running into the wall if he has to.
Big arm, too, out there. Big guy. Here's Cole.
Yeah, we saw that arm on display in Tampa.
Cole comes in batting .242. 317 on base percentage, 12 home runs, and 41 runs batted in. Korea so far 38 in the 3rd innings, 28 hits allowed, 37 strikeouts, 9 walks, 2.11 ERA through his first 6 starts. All 6 have been quality starts for him. There's a strike, and it's 1-2. .2011 San Gabriel Valley League Player of the Year. Now pitching here in his backyard, Big A. This is pulled to the right side. Miller's there. 2 down.
Number 27, Mike Trout.
John coming off his first ever career stint on the disabled list. And was having a season for the ages. 337, a .461 on base percentage with 16 home runs, 36 runs batted in. Take that fastball upstairs. 14 doubles and 2 triples to boot.
On base percentage off the chart.
Shift off. We'll sky this one out towards center. Just got underneath this one. Malik Smith is there. The Halos down in order. A shutdown inning for Jake Faria. 1-0 Tampa Bay as we hit at the 2nd.
But Mike Trout coming to the plate, just missed. He big flies worthy of a Carlos Cam replay in his first game back from the disabled list 6 weeks ago. Hurt, first swing back, just underneath it. Hit a mammoth fly ball, high fly ball underneath it. Kept it in the yard. You can see by his reaction, just missed it. The timing, pretty good, considering he hasn't faced major league pitching in quite some time, but a good swing for Mike Trout.
Velasco's first pitch to start the second, in for a strike. Souza, Ramos, and Miller for the Rays here in the second inning. 271 average for Steven. He's tying his career high of 17 home runs, net a new career high with RBIs at 56. He's having a terrific season as well. Two balls, one strike. Rob Drake calling the balls and strikes tonight. Pat Hoberg at first. The crew chief Jerry Davis at second. Tony Randazzo at third base. Weekend crew here in SoCal. Who's bouncing into short. Two hopper. Jump over to Tom Buena. Gets it for the first out.
You know, the really good shortstops know when they have to really let go of the baseball and when they can just make sure they get a good throw over the first base. That's what Anderson Simmons did. Alan Trammell was really good at that also. Just enough on it when he needed to, but when he had to get that big arm behind the throw on a close play, they had that also.
Not wanting to waste any bullets.
No. Even though we know he can bring it there. Remember in high school, upper 90s guy.
There's Wilson Ramos. 242 average, 8 for 33 this year. Nationals last year hit the free agent market, but unfortunately for him, blew out his ACL to play at the plate in September. Did surgery, ended up signing a deal with the Rays. Here he is now. It's a shame too, because he had put up a career-type year last season with Washington. Career high average, hits, runs, doubles, home runs, RBIs, slugging. First time All-Star. Swinging this, hit that off-speed pitch, 1-2. Certainly provides a big boost on the offensive side of things and defensively.
Yeah, he's a solid all-around catcher.
1-2. And he goes after that breaking ball. 2 outs. Second strikeout for Nolasco.
We're talking about with that breaking ball, those secondary pitches for Nolasco, how important that is for him. Good hard slider going down and away. Ramos unable to make contact with that pitch. Looked like a fastball, breaks at the last second off the plate for a swing and miss.
That's the old, the heart was in it, but the backside was not. Miller swinging first pitch, fouls it off. Recently off the disabled list, had a groin strain. It's a 209 this year. 3 home runs, 17 runs batted in. Former teammate with the Angels second baseman Franklin, member of the Seattle Mariners. Very similar type players.
Dustin Ackley in that same category with the Angels.
It's fouled back. 1-2. Wasn't one of his first games here. A couple home runs.
He might have had a home run off of C.J. Wilson.
That's what I was thinking.
Which at that point, C.J. Wilson had not given up many home runs to left-handed batters. And he turned on him and won out the right center field.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Velasco trying to go for a 1-2-3 inning, and he'll get it, assuming Franklin handles this grounder. Ooh, made it interesting, but he got him. A 1-2-3 second, we'll head to the bottom of the inning. Tampa Bay leading at 1-0.
And now it's time for the driver's seat, brought to you by the new 2017 Kia Sorento. Kia Sorento and Mike Scioscia in the driver's seat, losing record after the All-Star break in only 2 of the last 13 seasons under Scioscia. Last season was 15 games under that 500 break, but ended up game over in the second half of the club. Now with Mike Trout back in there, and they found ways to score runs with Trout not in the lineup, should be a much more productive offense here in the second half.
Albert takes upstairs. Faria had himself a 1-2-3 first. Albert hitting .241, 13 home runs, 54 runs batted in. That's off the plate. Albert his 604th home run last Sunday. Picked up another RBI. 1,871 in his career.
Pretty impressive for a youngster to be able to throw a split finger changeup for a strike in a fastball count 2-0 to Albert Pujols.
This is out toward left center field. Malik Smith drifting back onto the warning track near the wall, leaps up, and he did not get it. Big fly for Albert Pujols, number 605. Ties this game up at 1.
Home run of the season for Albert Pujols. Got a fastball there to try to sneak a fastball inside. Four-seam fastball, brought his hands inside above the belt and hits it out to center field. Thought Smith was going to get back to this baseball and try to bring it back, but Albert Pujols drives it out. Continues to hit the ball well here at the Big A. Just over the glove, the timing almost there, but just off that back part, the metal part of the wall for a home run for Albert to tie it up at 1.
Here's Yunel Escobar. He'll swing first pitch, fouled off.
The 390th different pitcher Albert Pujols has homered against in his 605 career home runs.
4th home run that Faria has allowed now in his 7th start.
And when you live with that four-seam fastball upstairs, if it's not located well, it's got a chance of getting crushed, and that's exactly what happened with Albert Pujols. You get a lot of swing and misses, you get a lot of pop-ups with a four-seam fastball that's elevated, but if it's quite in that, not above that strike zone, that's when you square it up.
1-1. 1-2. Going after that breaking ball. There's the 1-2. Ball, little bouncer toward third. Renicky going to watch his roll. Go the old Bob Uecker wave, how to catch a knuckleball. Wait till it stops rolling, then pick it up.
Improves your fielding percentage.
That's it. Don't have to worry about pass balls as a catcher that way, right?
No.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
One of the most difficult things for hitters coming back from the All-Star break, even though they all need that, especially the Angels playing so many games in the first half, is getting that timing together as a hitter. Albert Pujols certainly had it on a four-seamer.
There's that off-speed pitch. Down goes Escobar, first strikeout of the game for Faria, 1 out. And today's game is on AFN, the American Forces Network, now in its 75th year, broadcasting to American military personnel overseas in more than 170 countries and naval ships at sea. Welcome to those watching tonight, and as always, we thank you for your continued service. Andrelton Simmons at the plate. Foul it back. Simba comes in batting .290. 9 home runs, 39 runs batted in. This is driven out toward left center field. Nobody's going to get this one. And one hops the fence. A little short hopper. Simba's on his way to second. Nobody's covering. They had conceded the double. And they were set up to cut off toward third base. So it's a double for Andrelton, his 22nd.
It really is still fun to watch Andrelton Simmons and his strides as he cruises in there for his 22nd double of the season. Gets a slider, looks like over the middle part of the plate, and he turns on it, drives it to the wall in left center field, stays back on it well. He's shown that good power this season. He sees that baseball in the yard. All of a sudden, you see those strides. He cruises into second base with a double.
And with Andrelton, you've got to get your numbers or stats or anecdotes in quickly because he's hacking early in counts. He's been on a tear this month. He's now 12 for 30.
32 extra base hits this season already. 28 all of last season. He's also a stolen base threat. What we've seen when he's at second, gets a little bit antsy as far as trying to time a pitcher to see if he can steal third base. Pitchers, if they're able to hold the ball, they'll look back at him and be able to get him to stop. But if they don't pay attention to him, he will steal third. 13 stolen bases on the season, but caught 3 times.
One out to Valbuena. He takes that off speed low. 2 balls, no strikes. Lee's hitting 185. 5 doubles, 6 home runs, 23 runs batted in. The Angels have gotten virtually no production out of first base this year. A .211 batting average for first baseman. 10 home runs, 39 RBIs, just a .332 slugging percentage. Same can be said for second base. But tips out.
But the beauty of the second half after the All-Star break, you can just forget about that. You know the numbers are where they're going to be, but all of a sudden in the second half, you can turn it around and swing the bat like you have in the past. Especially when you look at Valbuena, and we've seen in stretches for power hitters, when they see the ball well, they're going to drive the ball. 38 home runs in 2 seasons for Valbuena, has not quite got to that swing this season.
2-1. 3-1.
C.J. Cron, the same type of hitter. When you're a power hitter, you're a streaky hitter himself. So you just want to put yourself in position to drive the ball.
The point being, though, the onus falls on them to start picking it up.
Yep.
Because it's been a black hole this year. And this offense needs all the help it can get, even with Trout back in there. Maldonado on deck. 3-1. And he skies one out to right. Souza moving back into his right. Simmons, I think, is going to tag. Souza getting behind it. Comes up firing. Simmons trying to go to third. It's cut off. 2 outs. There's that arm we were talking about of Steven Souza Jr.
When you're sitting at home, you wonder, okay, why is he tagging up there? Reason why is because you have a pitcher that has a split finger changeup and a slider he throws in the dirt often. That pitch in the dirt could result in a scratch run that way on a wild pitch. Souza, though, gets behind the baseball very well. We saw that throw and that power arm to third base at Tropicana Field earlier this year in St. Pete. A very good, accurate throwing arm for Souza Jr.
The 2 outs, man at third. Simmons over there. 1-1 tie here in the second. Martin Maldonado up. Take a strike. 251 on the season. 10 doubles, a triple, 9 home runs, 26 runs batted in. Driven out toward right center field. Smith shading him that way, just short of the track. We'll haul it in for the 3rd out. Albert Pujols leading off the second with a home run, 14th of the season, 605th of his career.
390th different pitcher Albert Pujols has homered against, tying the game up at 1.
Here in the third. They join the Angels Tuesday, July 18th. Nationals in town at 7:07. Fans in attendance will receive a Trout MVP double bobblehead courtesy of the Automobile Club of Southern California while supplies last. For more info, go to angels.com. Trout back in the lineup for the first time since May 28th as Nolasco gets Echeverria cut through the first one. 8-9-1 coming up for the Rays. Echeverria, Peterson, and Smith.
Pretty good pickup by the Rays getting him.
Absolutely.
Outstanding player.
Daney, 28 years of age, hitting .243 in his limited time with the Rays. With Miami this year prior to the injury, 20 games at .277. It's in there for a strike.
Two of the more athletic shortstops in baseball on display tonight.
Ground ball to short. One down.
It's 4 ground ball outs already for Nolasco in the game. The one mistake he made, Evan Longoria on a fastball behind in the count. He drove it out to left center field. Well, this Rays lineup, aggressive. They are hacking at the first pitch. You're trying to lift the ball, do damage. Kevin Cash's club, very aggressive at the plate. Doing a very good start this season.
Well, once upon a time, strikeouts were not sexy. Dave Kingmans of the world, Rob Deers, the John Jahas.
Great name for the past.
Yeah, now it's all in vogue. You can hit the ball out of the ballpark, lift, launch angle. They'll take the strikeouts if you hit the ball out of the ballpark.
Their theory is an outs and out, whether it's on the ground or a strikeout. But I always believe that when you put the ball in play, there's still a player that has to make a play behind it. As compared to the catcher framing it and throwing it down to third base for a strikeout.
Yeah, but don't bunt because that's giving away an out. Don't steal because that's also potentially giving away an out. But go ahead and strike out. 2-2. Ground ball to second. Sounded like it broke his bat. 2 down.
And my Hyundai key for this game for the Angels to be successful. Start me up for the Rolling Stones. Having Mike Trout back, the energy he provides, the offense. This allowing everybody else in the lineup to relax. They did a nice job, the lineup, without Mike Trout as far as creating runs to score. Now you have the guy in Mike Trout to drive in those runners. Trout Farm looking for some action tonight from Mike Trout. He just missed that first at bat, hitting a home run.
Smith, little soft liner to Simmons to lead off the game. The center fielder's 0 for 1. Got to throw another one, you think?
And it doesn't need to be close to the strike zone. Got to see if he'll chase something out of the zone. He's trying to put the ball in play. The most difficult pitch for a guy, especially a speed guy, that's trying to put the ball on the ground, is that slow pitch. 38 pitches, 25 strikes for Nolasco so far.
One ball, 2 strikes. 6 straight retired by Nolasco since the 2-out home run to Longoria the first.
He's done a pretty good job laying off those last 2 pitches.
Full count.
Now I think if you're in Alaska, you just challenge him with a fastball, outer part of the plate.
And he walks him. The head of the count ends up putting the speed guy on base with 2 outs. Dickerson coming to the plate.
And a very powerful hitter now at the plate with a runner on. Now you have to be distracted somewhat from with Smith at first. 11 stolen bases, so you're going to have to try to be quicker to the plate. Throw over the first base a couple times, taking your focus away from a dangerous hitter in Corey Dickerson. The all-star Corey Dickerson.
Struck out in the first. Two strikeouts for Nolasco. That's 11 stolen bases for Smith. They caught 4 times this year.
Got a pretty good sized lead right now. Real big lead.
Five straight pitches out of the strike zone for Ricky Nolasco after retiring the first 2 rather easily on ground ball outs.
Maldonado has thrown at 41% of base stealers this season. 2 back picks.
Off speed pitch down throw to first, and a quick tag by Valbuena slapped the knee of Smith. Clearly it's a pain there. Went in standing up. Not so much about the tag. Sometimes you can hyperextend that knee going into the base.
Tried a quick tag.
Or the hamstring area. One and two.
Boy, pitching him away, struck him out on a fastball away first at bat. But one thing about Dickerson this season, he's been very good as far as batting average on outside pitches. 329 batting average for Dickerson, but a couple of those pitches so far in Alaska does not look comfortable on those pitches.
This third inning getting a little bit longer for Nolasco because of the walk to Smith. Trying to finish it off. 1-2, and that's ripped down the line. Foul.
This time he turns on an inside pitch. Mentioned those numbers for Dickerson on outside pitches. He got 2 of the best as far as pitches on the outer part of the plate in baseball this season. Mike Trout, Corey Dickerson. As far as outside pitches, highest batting average. Trout 338, Corey Dickerson 329. Justin Turner, what a season he has had for the Dodgers. Matt Adams at the top at 345.
Dickerson originally the Rockies system, 28-year-old. Breaking ball, and that's out to right. Cole back a couple of steps. And that 2-out walk stranded on the bases. We'll head to the bottom of the third. 9-1-2 coming up for the Angels in a 1-1 tie.
Into the bottom of the third inning, and today has been a big day for this Angels organization to finally get Mike Trout back. Now, as we know, Trouty is one of the most active players on the team. He's always moving around during the game, during batting practice, in the clubhouse, which made his time on the DL very difficult. And today he told us that the hardest thing for him was watching his team on the road from his couch. So to pass the time, he would keep in touch with his teammates by texting them during the game after big plays, giving them a hard time, and just have fun with them. But now that he's back, he won't have to do the thing that he called the most difficult in his big league career, guys, and that's watching from the sidelines.
Oh, that's always a difficult thing, especially when you're used to playing every single game, averaging over 150 games per season in his magical run already for Mike Trout. 2 MVPs, runner-up 3 times in the big leagues already.
Nick Franklin leading things off for the Angels. 2 for 12 with the Angels. He's being acquired from Milwaukee on June 30th. 1 ball, 1 strike. You know, a lot of times when players get traded, they immediately Photoshop the hat and the uniform on guys. Franklin's ahead of the count of 2-1. You look up at the scoreboard here. Looks like a young Will Clark.
Either that or a Cole Hamels.
Yeah, or Cole Hamels with no mustache.
Yeah, that mustache, by the way, was fantastic down in Texas.
Two-one. In there, 2-2. David on deck to Calhoun.
4-seam fastball. Correa's really has a good one. He has good command with that pitch. He's around the strike zone consistently.
Upstairs, full count.
When you look at the numbers versus fastball as far as his then going against his secondary pitches, not easy to be able to be connected on those. 148 batting average on his slider changeup combination. Fastball still not exactly squaring up 243, but Albert Pujols got a fastball, squared it up, hit it out earlier tonight.
Here's a 3-2. Off-speed pitch fouled off. Reset and do it again. Jake Faria, 10th round pick out of Garra High School by the Rays in 2011.
Always a very solid high school program.
Got a friends and family in attendance here tonight. Ground ball into the shift. It's Miller. One down. Here's Maven, 0 for 1. Really squared it up, lined out toward right center field. That's where Smith ended up catching the baseball. We just saw Vano, pretty much the everyday left fielder. The Angels acquired him in a trade with the Tigers in the offseason, but forced into his original position, center field, with Trout on the DL. Certainly came to life too right after that, especially in that leadoff spot.
He was trying to get that timing mechanism, getting that foot down as soon as that swing path was created. He's really shortened up his swing. Beginning part of the season had a longer swing. Really wasn't using his lower part of his body. Now he's back to where he's using that and trying to drive, getting that foot down and drive the baseball. .25 stolen bases, leads baseball in that category in stolen bases. Nice play by Cole.
It's like the old Statue of Liberty play in football. Just stand there. And of course, our statistician Nord Peters knows everything about the Statue of Liberty play. This one hits Maven. The off-speed pitch.
That's a split finger changeup, slipped out of the hand. See that splitter? Top of the helmet of Maven. Trying to get that foot down the stride towards the plate, unable to get out of the way of that splitter. Hits the top of the helmet though. Faria has only allowed 1 stolen base in 3 attempts against him. Pretty quick to the plate. Ramos, very good throwing arm himself. Last season threw out 37% of base stealers.
Cole grounded out to second in the first inning. All-star break sometimes can come at the wrong time for a team, for a player. If you're going good, you don't want it to happen. If you're going bad, you need the breather. Or if you played a lot of games like Martin Maldonado, you're counting it off the calendar.
Yes.
You can't wait till that All-Star break gets there.
Especially when you think of Maldonado, how many games he has started, most ever in his career. He's getting close to his all-time career high as far as games also. Same thing with Cameron Maben. Had a great month of June. Struggled before the All-Star break in the month of July. Good time just to clear the brain, clear that mind. There's Martin Maldonado. Hit the ball well. His first bat, fly out to deep center field. Pretty big lead.
1-1. And the throw allows Maven to get in there. I don't almost either didn't get a good jump or he decided to go later.
I think Faria did a real good job as far as holding the baseball. And they're wondering if they didn't get that tag in on the back of the leg of Cameron Maben. See if he was able to apply that tag. I don't think so.
Jerry Davis with the call.
Oh, he did. He got him.
Yes, he did.
I think they're going to challenge it. From that one angle, didn't look like him. That's a quick play. We talked about Echeverria, how good he is at shortstop. I think they got him.
Yep.
What a play. That's not a real good throw from Ramos, but it was all about the tag.
Kevin Cash deciding to tell Rob Drake to hang on a second while they checked it out. That center field angle is the best that we've seen so far. It shows that the glove hitting the foot and you don't see contact with the hand hitting the base until after the contact with the glove and the foot.
See that tag?
And then watch the hand. Now it's contact. Yeah.
It almost looked like Cameron was looking for that baseball to go into the outfield, but how quick that tag was. Hamilton Simmons is fantastic with those tags.
Yep. Call's overturned at second base. Good decision by Kevin Cash. And really, to me, I think that's just more of a reactionary thing for a shortstop, especially when it throws that bad. You're just catching and kind of dropping the glove and hope you hit something.
That wasn't a lot on the throw either from Ramos.
Again, and maybe it was the job that Faria did in holding Cam at first base. It wasn't the best of jumps.
We've said this so often, the best way to stop a running game is to hold the baseball as a pitcher, and Faria did a real good job with that.
2-1 to Cole. 3-1 with Trout on deck. Top part of the zone. Full count.
It's that high four-seam fastball he'll throw quite a bit. Likes to follow it up with his split finger changeup. All the pitches away. Fastball upper part of the strike zone away. Catches it against Cole.
And he walks up. So a 2-out walk will give Trout an opportunity to bat with a man on in a 1-1 game. First walk issued by Faria.
Just his 10th walk in the season.
I mean, you talk about ratios the way you want them for, especially for a young pitcher. 37 strikeouts, 9 walks coming into play.
He's really off to an impressive start at the
You're
major
happy
league
with
level.
2-to-1 ratio. You'll take that for sure. Trout just missed a breaking ball in the first inning, skying one to center. They'll shift on him with 3 infielders on the left.
Interesting numbers for Trout. Not real good numbers versus a 4-seam fastball this season. It's a .203 batting average, though, versus a sinker, .432 batting average. They're very good on off-speed pitches. Just missed hitting an off-speed pitch out in the first inning. There's that split finger changeup. Got a .320 batting average versus sliders and split finger fastball or changeups.
One line to center field. That ball has some hair on it. Cole will turn it, head to third. Trout will slam on the brakes there. He thought the throw was going to third.
And tested diving back to first base.
Yep.
Before able to get that mitt put on, and he's looking into the dugout with a smile. Go back to the pitch by pitch in this at bat. Little slider just a little bit out of the strike zone. Comes back with a split finger changeup in the strike zone, and then Trout gets a pitch lower part of the zone, 92-mile-an-hour fastball, and rocketed up the middle. Aggressive going back, but knows he's got to go diving back. Head first slide, a little awkward going back. It seems to be okay. Looking into the dugout going, really? Already? I got to go head first back to the base.
There's Albert. Trout's on the move. The throw down, a one-hopper. Trout is in there safely. Cole drew Miller off the base. He kind of came down the line a little bit. Trout picks up the stolen base.
You see he's got that protective gear on his hand. Protect that thumb. Pretty big jump. You can see how big that jump was. And as Cole's going down the line, the Rays thinking that double steal. We've seen that quite a bit from the Angels. We saw it in spring training, saw it of late. A perfect double steal on the road.
2 balls, no strikes. Home run for Pujols in the second, his 14th of the year, 55th run batted in.
So first game back for Trout after that thumb surgery. He's got to dive back into first. He's got to dive back or dive into second on a stolen base. 11th of the season, caught once.
But are you surprised though? I mean, first game back, you know he is trying to basically tell everybody, I'm more than fine.
Yeah, and every time he's been asked, even talking today, I feel 100%. He's not going to change. He's not going to go slide in feet first. He's just not going to do that. He's not comfortable doing that.
2-0.
Tell you what, he crushed that baseball to center field.
Yeah.
He's having fun. That's important to see from Trout, that smile back on his face. His teammates love seeing that smile back on his face.
Ground ball back to the mound. Correa's got it. And the Angels will strand 2 in scoring position. We head to the 4th inning. It's a 1-1 game. Phillies are in town. Gooby's happy. It's a 7:07 start that night. Fans in attendance will receive a pair of Trout number 27 socks, courtesy of Micro Semi while supplies last. For more information, just go to angels.com.
Who's in town?
The Fightins. The Fightin' Phils. They're struggling this season, eh?
Yeah, but you know, they're only 22.5 games out. You know, there's still a chance.
There's always a chance.
That optimism in the second half.
Longoria popping up the first pitch from Ricky Nolasco to start the fourth. Valbuena calling for it. One down. Longoria with a home run in the first, 13th of the year. The Rays a 1-0 lead. Ben Albert tying it with a home run. The second. So 1 out, and here's Logan Morrison. Oh, what a beautiful night. Good to be back.
Yes.
Took 4 days off. Gorgeous night. And a long homestand.
Seems like the Angels have been on the road so much this season already.
.50 of the 92 games out of the road this year.
A tough little stretch here in this homestand. You have the Rays over 500. You have the Nationals well over 500, and the Red Sox.
The Sox, they just beat the Yankees.
They walked off in walk-off fashion.
Walk-off walk. And no more Kung Fu Panda. He gone. Designated for assignment today by Boston.
Think there's any chance he would head back to San Francisco with the Giants?
I guess once he clears. Nobody's
No.
contract. Boston at now 51-39 leads the division. 4.5 game lead over New York. I think a change of scenery would probably help him, especially at a pro rated for the team.
I'll tell you what, he
low
was
risk.
Incredibly clutch with the Giants, especially in the postseason.
He put up some ridiculous numbers. A good period of time with San Francisco. 2-2 to Morrison. Full count.
By the way, the Yankees bad news when it came to Michael Pineda. Potential Tommy John. They don't know for sure, getting a second opinion right now.
And they're trying to decide on Greg Bird too, the first baseman that's been out all season. He might either get another shot or opt for a surgery on the ankle. Foul ball off the ankle. It's spring training. (3-2). Fouled off.
That's why there's a lot of names, starting pitchers out there where a lot of clubs. Jose Quintana got traded from the White Sox over to the Chicago Cubs. Sonny Gray's name's been bandied around. Justin Verlander's name. Although that's a lot of money to pick up also.
Now the payoff pitch, and he got him looking outside corner, and he painted it. 2 down, third strikeout for Ricky. Talking about the schedule this week. Let's take a look at how it looks for the rest of July for the Angels, because they will not only play the Rays, Nats, and the Red Sox, and they'll have another off day. Cleveland for 3, and then Toronto for 3 before returning home to start the month of August.
That's 3 straight first place teams the Angels will be playing after dealing with Tampa here. He's in the wild card race.
Souza ground out in the second. What?
Real good feel for a split finger fastball and slider so far. Even curveball for Nolasco when he keeps it down and out of the strike zone.
Here's the 1-2 off the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Rookie had 59 pitches, 36 have been strikes, 3 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 hit, and that was the home run to Longoria in the first. Second time he's faced the Rays this year. Took the loss the first time. 2-2. Got him swinging. There's that breaking ball again and again, like he did those 2 starts prior to the last one. Got the off speed working backwards.
Secondary pitch is so important for the last two. He's got it working early on. And now it's time for the Coors Banquet timeless moment back on this date in 1970, the All-Star game. Pete Rose bowled over catcher Ray Fosse, who always has some fond memories of that one, to score the winning run in that All-Star game in Cincinnati in the 12th inning. Let's take a look at that play. The National League's trying to win the game in the All-Star game. Pete Rose rounding third. Thought about sliding, and it goes slams into Ray Fosse, scores the winning run for the National League. Pete Rose, Ray Fosse really shortened his career on that play at the plate on that collision with Pete Rose.
That was Fosse's first All-Star game. He ended up making the All-Star team the following season, but you're right, never the same. Dislocated that shoulder. Back when the game meant something, there's some pride as Escobar.
No doubt.
Face it up the middle, meaning the American League and the National League hated each other, despised each other.
I had many conversations with Pete Rose about it. He goes, you know what, I couldn't stand that junior circuit. I felt they didn't play baseball the way we played it in the National League, so there was some disdain for each league.
Team presidents would come in and give the speeches before the games.
Well, I'll never forget it here in Anaheim, Tony La Russa's speech about the National League. I don't think I can say the whole speech, but it was pretty good one. You're ready to play and beat the National League in the worst way possible. And then, of course, a couple years later, he's probably doing the same thing about the American League when he was with the Cardinals. I hate the American League.
Evans fouls the first one back. Hamilton with a double in the second, eventually stranded at third base. 22nd of the year. 400 now in the month of July with that double. 4 hits for the Angels, 1 for the Rays. One ball, one strike.
I mean, you would think after that RBI double, or a double in the first inning or second inning by Simmons, when you look at numbers, Four-seam fastball for Simmons, very good, and you're seeing that with Faria is his fastball upstairs, that four-seam fastball. 342 versus a four-seamer with 3 home runs. So pretty good matchup tonight for Simmons. And Faria. There's that four-seamer right there, but he runs it inside.
One, two. Chopper toward third. And it goes foul. Jumped up like a Super Bowl there at the end.
Very impressed with Faria. His poise on the mound, how he holds the baseball.
Yeah.
Especially when you know you're pitching in front of a lot of family and friends here at the ballpark here at the Big A.
I laugh because there's probably a lot of people out there have no idea what a Super Bowl is.
We're at that stage now.
That's what they're saying what the baseball is right now. Let's go down to the ballpark at a record pace.
No doubt. The old Super Bowl. Or silly putty.
Love that silly putty.
Yep. Slinky still around. One, two. Simmons fouls it off. You ever take the silly putty on a comic book?
Yes.
Smash it down and then peel it off and you see the comic book?
Yes. I love the
It's
smell.
a little thing.
I used to love the smell of the silly putty also.
That somehow does not surprise me.
Yes.
You couldn't decide on certain days between that and Elmer's glue. Off speed low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. You look at the calendar. What's today? Wednesday? I think I'm going to go with the Elmers. Where's Mark? He's in his room again. Got the Elmers. Said he's got a school project or something.
Yes, I was very studious.
Leadoff single for Escobar. He's at first base. 2-2 now. Chopper over the mound. No, Fria's got it. Throws a second, but Miller is not there. Loses the transfer. I thought he eventually got there, but Jerry Davis says he did not.
I think they're going to check it too. See if it's on the transfer when he lost control of the baseball trying to complete a double play. It's one thing that the Rays do a lot. They will challenge calls. And they don't waste time doing so. It doesn't matter what part of the game.
Oh, he wasn't on the base.
Yeah, he's not on the bases. He's trying to go for the transfer.
Yeah. No challenge. That's a miscommunication. I mean, that's I guess a bad read by Miller. It's a tough play though, because it's that high chopper and you're not sure if it's going to get over the mound. So as a second baseman, you're kind of charging and then you see the pitcher field and you got to go back to the bag.
And exactly, as a pitcher, you're basically going to be throwing to the base on that one when no one's there in time for you.
Miller's getting charged with an error. First and second, nobody out. Valbuena takes low. Tough error, but it's an error.
This is one of those moments now we talked about the need for Luis Valbuena to really start locking in. 286 with runners in scoring position. He really needs to start driving the ball, staying back, relax with his hand in his approach at the plate.
Well, he's a fly ball to right field his first time up. 1-1.
Likes to throw his changeup a lot on a 1-1 count to a lefty. Challenge him with a four-seam fastball, got it by him.
Halos tonight 0 for 3 so far with men in scoring position. 1-1 game here in the fourth. There by Miller, his 10th of the year.
When has fought off a pretty good fastball. He looked like he was looking off speed, Valbuena.
One down. Pulled on the off-speed pitch. Second strikeout for Faria.
That's a pretty nasty pitch, that split-finger changeup. Faria has a real good one. Starts upper part of the strike zone, drifts off the plate. Out in front, 81 as compared to 94 on the fastball to pitch before. Pretty good sequence by the youngster.
There's Maldonado, hit a fly ball to center field, then the second. Three infielders on the left side. That's out the end of the bat to left. Peterson comes in on it. 2 down. So it's up to Nick Franklin. Escobar still at second and Simmons at first. Franklin grounded out his first time up. Has really done a nice job so far of that, working that bottom part of the zone with the off-speed stuff, slow stuff, and then the upper part of the zone. There's that fastball 101. And it's, again, it's not so much east to west, it's that north and south, changing the eye level.
It's something you'll see a lot from Tampa Bay Rays pitchers. That four-seam high fastball, and then he follow up with whether it's a changeup or split finger changeup and breaking balls below the strike zone.
And the dirt gets away. Escobar will take third and Simmons a second. Wild pitch.
You see that grip of that split finger changeup in the dirt. And that rotation spins, it gets away from Ramos, allowing both runners to get into scoring position now for Nick Franklin.
Grade 1.
And Maben on deck with the potential getting up to the plate with the bases loaded.
And the bases are loaded for Maben. Second walk issued by Faria. Maben's 0 for 1, hit a fly ball to center the first, hit by a pitch in the third.
He will be aggressive if he gets a first pitch fastball. throwing him off speed, threw it for a strike.
Oh, 1 count. Opting to work from the stretch. Escobar, leadoff single. He's at third. Simmons on the fielder's choice at second. Franklin with a walk at first. 0-1.
Just 1 hit in his last 13 at bats with runners in scoring position for Cameron Maybin. By the way, going back to your point for Faria pitching from the stretch, I always believe that's the right thing to do with the bases loaded. Otherwise, if you go for the full windup, everyone gets a huge secondary lead against you.
Maybin flips one out toward right. Souza plays shallow. He's there. And the Angels will leave them loaded. We head to the 5th inning, still tied at 1.
Angels baseball on Fox Sports West is being brought to you by the all-new 2017 Subaru Impreza. Subaru symmetrical all-wheel drive plus 28 miles per gallon. More than a car, it's a Subaru.
And by Jerome's Furniture, home of Jerry's Price and proudly the official furniture store of Angels baseball. And by Metro Nissan, doing it right.
It's the top of the 5th inning. We're tied at 1. Ricky Nolasco has allowed 1 hit. That was the home run to Evan Longoria in the 1st inning with 2 outs, but he's been solid since then. One other base runner has reached. Now is Malik Smith with 2-out walk into 3rd. 4 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 hit. Ramos, Miller, and Echeverria here in the 5th for Tampa Bay. Ramos struck out in the 2nd inning. 0 for 1. At .307 last year with 22 home runs and 80 runs batted in. Those are stellar numbers for a catcher.
So far, Nolasco's done a nice job of getting him to chase that slider out of the strike zone away.
Lays off this one, 1-2. Called strike 3, got him on a fastball. That's 3 consecutive strikeouts for Ricky, 1 out.
And getting another hitter to the look off speed, gets the express instead. Ricky Nolasco is their top tier plays brought to you by Arco. Rays hitters looking and chasing some off speed pitches early in counts. And Velasco is getting him to look for that off speed, and then the fastball has been located very well in the outside corner. Dickerson there, Morrison here. We just saw that to Ramos to get him looking on a fastball away.
Miller a ground out to end the second, so he's 0 for 1. Ground ball over to first. Luis waves off. Ricky, 2 down. So they'll bring up Echeverria. 28-year-old native of Cuba is 0 for 1. Ground ball to short. Became expendable because of the emergence of JT Riddle playing shortstop for the Marlins. In place of the injured Echeverria. He originally was with the Toronto Blue Jays. He was part of a 12-player deal before the 2013 season that included, to name a few, Yunel Escobar, Mark Burley, Jake Marisnick, Jeff Mathis. And Echeverria lines this one right to Uni. One Cuban to another.
Yes, and involved in a deal together.
Right to the bottom of the 5th. We're tied at 1. Gone. Big fly for Mike Trout. He got it.
Why wouldn't he?
Tied at 1 here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Calhoun, Trout, and Pujols try to snap this 1-1 tie. The Angels have had plenty of opportunities. Trout back in the lineup for the first time since May 28th. They're 0 for 6 tonight with men in scoring position, leaving them loaded in the 4th against Faria.
He's done a real good job of keeping his poise. Talked about that earlier in the game. It's been pretty solid.
1 ball, 1 strike. Faria with 2 strikeouts, 2 walks, 1 hit batter. Cole has one of those walks that occurred in his last plate appearance. Two-out count. Braves with a run on 1 hit. They've committed 1 error and stranded 1. Halos with a run on 4 hits, have left 6 on. Off-speed foul back.
Pretty good pitch to drive. That's a mistake pitch on an off-speed pitch upstairs.
And Cole will go down looking for the first down.
Center fielder, number 27,
Trout will pop this one up. Morrison into foul territory. Makes the catch, 2 down. So 1 for 3 game for Trout this far. 2 outs, nobody out for Albert.
Albert with the home run and then a comebacker. Last at bat with a couple guys in scoring position.
Home run and a comeback into the mound. Takes a strike. Oh, 2. Off speed fastball in.
Pretty good pitch.
One, 2. Albert pulled a foul.
Couple mistake pitches upstairs with the split finger changeup in this inning. Correa's missed a couple spots. Got away with one to Cole Calhoun. That one to Albert, who homered against him back in the 2nd inning for home run number 605. He's 4 behind Sammy Sosa. Next on the list.
Ground ball to short. That one hit on the hands. Chavarria throws out Pujols. Halos down in order. We're off to the 6th inning. Still tied at 1. Big A 1-1 tie. Nice pitcher's duel between Ricky Nolasco and Jake Faria. Faria, of course, a Southern California product. His family's had season tickets here for years, but fantastically pitched ball game thus far. 2 solo home runs. The only difference in this one, of course, Mike Trout back for the first time since May 28th.
And both, when you think about it, both have had real good split finger changeups to set up their fastballs. One being a low fastball from Nolasco, the 4-seam fastball upstairs for Faria. He's been very solid, so it's been a very well pitched game, which you anticipate coming back from the All-Star break with the timing maybe off a little bit for the hitters. You got to take advantage of that if you're a pitcher now.
9-1-2 for the Rays. Peterson, Smith, and Dickerson. Grounded out his first time up.
Right back to that split finger pitch for Nolasco.
No balls, 2 strikes. Peterson also went to school here in Southern California. Long Beach State Cardinals second round pick in 08.
They've had a few pretty good players at Long Beach State.
Oh, 2 outside. Now 29 goes down swinging. There's the first out of the 6th inning. This copyrighted telecast is presented by Authority of Los Angeles Angels and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Angels Baseball LP.
That's another strikeout on a fastball for Nolasco tonight. And we talked about when he's going well, he's pitching backwards. Using the off-speed stuff, getting the hitters to look for that, and then getting the fastball by him.
Smith 0 for 1 with a line out and a walk. Shows bunt. And that is a foul ball. Nice play by Maldonado. Made it cool looking, but it's a strike and it's 0-2.
That's a real good decision for Smith. He bunts quite a bit. Good speed, trying to bring that down the line, but Maldonado quickly tried to field that in fair territory to get him out at first base. The bat waiting for Smith when he gets back to the plate.
Well, he's taking his sweet time getting back to the home plate area. 1-2. Sporting the 0 on his back is Malik Smith. Just like Yunel Escobar. 1-2.
Can't say that too often. 2 players with the number 0
now
on the back in the same game.
Al Oliver would be happy. Odemy McDowell would be thrilled.
Jeffrey Leonard would be too.
Oh, one flap down.
Yeah.
It's out toward right center field. Trout is over there. 2 down.
Now it's time for Tools of the Trade, brought to you by a Ram truck pulled by Corey Dickerson. He's very aggressive at the plate, going back to Vlad Guerrero. What he can do on pitches, they're even in the dirt, still able to hit the ball well. Saw the same thing for Corey Dickerson earlier. Vlad on the left, Dickerson on the right. The plate coverage will swing in a lot of different pitches, whether in the strike zone or not. Both very good numbers. Vlad on his way to the Hall of Fame. Dickerson, an all-star this year.
Made his way to Miami.
Yes, he did. Vlad was there also, watching his son play.
Yeah, Futures game that nobody saw because it was played on a Sunday afternoon. Dickerson 0 for 2 with a strikeout, a fly ball to right. They got to learn. They got to somehow tweak that. Trying to mark.
I'd love to be able to see that.
It's the one thing that baseball has always struggled with, or seems to have struggled with, is the marketing of its players. Why not market the next level players that are coming up on the verge of getting to the big leagues by putting them in prime time? 1-2.
I agree, and that would be a great opportunity for everyone to be able to see that.
Yeah.
Because at that point on a Sunday, you're still watching your teams play.
I think that game started with 3 or 4 Eastern, right? On Sunday
Some
afternoon.
serious talent in that game also.
Here comes the 1-2. Slow breaking ball out toward left. Maven has to come racing in and toward the line. He's there, puts it away in a 1-2-3 inning for Nolasco. He's retired 10 straight since the walk to Smith in the 3rd. We're tied at 1, headed to the bottom of the 6th. In time, 8th ranked Gunnar Nelson takes on number 14 Santiago Ponzinibbio, plus Joanne Calderwood battles Cynthia Calvillo. UFC Fight Night Sunday at 10 a.m. Pacific on FS1.
Wow, I'm pumped up now.
Oh yeah,
Good. Riled up.
Hey, have you seen, speaking of which, have you seen any of these press conferences, the Mayweather one?
Yes.
Oh my.
I think they're pretty good friends, don't you think?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Ricky Nolasco's done a nice job, as has Jake Correa. Bottom of the 6th inning, tied at 1. Escobar to lead things off. 1 for 2. Sky this one to right. First pitch swinging. We'll say this about Conor McGregor. And I thought Floyd Mayweather's always been somewhat of a showman. Conor McGregor's taking it to a whole new level.
Yeah, he is.
That's coming up in August, isn't it?
Yeah, not too far away.
Simmons on board twice, 1 for 2. Fielder's choice and a double.
See if you can get one of those 4-seam fastballs upstairs and do some damage if you're Anderson Simmons. Straight over to the top with his delivery. Correa's really done a nice job. It's that high fastball again.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Full count. Goes through the 5-hole of Ramos. 83 pitches for Faria. 3 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 hit batter. He scattered 4 hits. 93 pitches, pardon me. I said 83. There comes the payoff. Off speed, and he got him. 2 down.
A 3-2 split finger changeup to get a swing and miss.
Brings up Luis Valbuena. Hey, stay tuned for our Angels live post-game show for the business of sports, brought to you by Auto Nation. Low price, no pressure, guaranteed. Valbuena is 0 for 2, a fly ball to right and a strikeout.
Boy, Faria with a real good pace on the mound also.
Well, I mentioned this is his 7th major league start, 6 quality starts. And unless something happens here with 2 outs, depending on how much longer it goes, 7 starts of quality nature to start his big league career. 1-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
It must be for him to pitch in this ballpark too and have a very solid game going.
His dad David split season tickets with another LA County Sheriff's deputy. They can bring Jake and his older brother Matt to about 35-40 games. Ramos picks this one up, throws down Valbuena. Very good start. First of his big league career here in his quote-unquote backyard ballpark. We're tied at 1, headed to the 7th.
Baseball break. The Red Sox scoring and walking off on a walk-off walk against Aroldis Chapman, his 3rd blown save of the season. The Yankees fall to 2-7 in the month of July as the Red Sox win that game. The Astros win again, 8 runs in the 2nd inning. They won 10-5 over the Minnesota Twins, averaging nearly 10 runs a game this month. And our showstopper around the majors, Bryce Harper, who's coming into town next week. So not one. That's a mammoth home run in Cincinnati, way out, but 2 home runs. The Nationals beat Cincinnati Reds in town next Tuesday and Wednesday. Bryce Harper and the Nationals, they are swinging the bats well too themselves.
Rays here in the 7th have Longoria, Morrison, and Souza. That's 3, 4, and 5 against Velasco. Evan 1 for 2 with a home run in the first. Popped out on 1 pitch in the 4th inning.
Dangerous count now for Longoria against Ricky Nolasco, who's been very, very good to this point.
Breaking ball out toward left. Maben not going to get there. He'll short hop the fence. Longoria's on his way to second with a leadoff double.
First baseman, number 7, Logan Morrison.
Split finger changeup. It drifted back into the plate and has hooked it down that left field line. One hops the wall. 23rd double. Second extra base hit for Longoria in this game against Nolasco.
Second hit. Both belonging to Longoria. Morrison fouls it back. Simmons playing up the middle.
And one thing for Logan Morrison this season, he's got the power swing going, but he has struggled with runners in scoring position. Now on an 0-2 count, a chance to get a big strikeout here for Nolasco against Morrison. That batting average with runners in scoring position, a 130 batting average. Worse with 2 outs with runners in scoring position, but a very important out here if you can get it with no advancement of Longoria to third base.
This one's out toward right center field. It'll move Longoria over to third base. Cole is there, 1 down. Launches the throw. Longoria's in there.
Pretty good indication how strong Morrison, he was out in front of that pitch and still was able to hit that ball deep enough to allow Longoria to tag from second to third. Cole trying to get behind the baseball, trying to show off that arm with a high throw to third, all the way in the air. But Longoria is able to advance. Now it's going to force the infield in for the Angels. Laughing, I'm like, get that ball all the way there in the air.
Souza, ground ball to short, a strikeout, 0 for 2. The Angels have action at their bullpen. Blake Parker, first man up for either side. Leadoff double for Evan Longoria.
It's a good block there by Maldonado on a pitch in the dirt. What that does, it gives you confidence as a pitcher. You can expand a strike zone when you know you need a strikeout. Split in the dirt. Perfect technique for Maldonado to keep that baseball in front of him.
Wilson Ramos on deck. 3 balls and a strike on Souza. Almost content to give up that walk.
Well, when you think about it, coming into the game, Souza Jr. against Velasco was, even though he's pitching well in this one, 3 for 6 with 2 home runs. So you don't want to give in to him. You especially have a catcher. If you get a ground ball and an infielder now, you get a double play and get through this with no damage.
Ramos twice has struck out. Once swinging, once looking.
So far in the game, Velasco's gotten 6 ground ball outs. He would love another ground ball in the middle infielder.
Right after with the fastball.
Got him to chase some sliders out of the strike zone.
Wouldn't surprise me to see Souza at some point taking off. He got decent speed for a big guy. He's got 4 bags this year. He's been caught once.
Again, just make sure he stops. That's all you have to do if you're in Velasco.
A 1. Ground ball to short. Should be 2. Simmons to Franklin. To Valbuena. Just like we drew it up. Stretch time here at the Big A. We're tied at 1. Halos have 8, 9, and 1 coming up. Brought to you by Hyundai. There's no better time to buy a new Hyundai than now. See your local Hyundai dealer or visit buyhyundai.com. It's the bottom of the 7th here at the Big A. We are tied at 1. A fantastic pitcher's duel between Ricky Nolasco and Jake Faria. Nolasco more than likely done after his 7 innings. Faria's back out to the bottom of the 7th. He's been stellar. 6 innings, 4 hits, 1 run. 4 strikeouts, 2 walks, and he's worked his way out of some situations. The Angels for 3 consecutive innings had men in scoring position in the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. The 4th being a 2-on nobody out situation. Yeah, and allowed no runs.
I still go back to his poise. He's been under control. Doesn't overthrow in those situations. Stays within his game plan. And speaking of staying within your game plan, Ricky Nolasco has thrown the ball exceptionally well tonight so far. Just 2 hits allowed, both to Evan Longoria.
Martin Maldonado with a swing and a miss on the off-speed pitch. 8-9 and 1. Maldonado, Franklin, and Maben. Martin, a fly ball to center and a fly ball to left. The one to left off the end of the bat The second out of the fourth inning. The Angels eventually loaded the bases in that fourth, but left them loaded. Ground ball to the right side. That'll sneak through. Morrison off the line. And the Angels get their leadoff man on board to start the seventh.
Pretty good piece of hitting by Maldonado, going the other way on a pitch away. Fastball outside part of the plate, did not try to pull. If he does, that's going to be a routine ground ball to short. Stayed back and drove that by Morrison for an RB for a single to right field.
Kolarek and Hunter getting ready. Lefty and a righty. Franklin 0 for 1. Ground out and a walk. Shows bunt, takes a strike, and Franklin didn't like that pitch. Was way off the plate. Rob Drake has been pretty good tonight.
Yes, he has.
That's one of the few that was several inches off the plate.
Right, with that base hit for Maldonado was 62nd of the season. That ties a career high he had back in 2012 as far as 62 hits in a season for Martin Maldonado.
Shift on with Franklin at the plate. Longoria in on the grass. 1-1. Pops up the bump behind the plate and over the screen. 1-2.
A lot of times when you're asked to square around the bunt for Nick Franco, you just try to stay right there, keep that bat level, kind of punched at the baseball, and that's why that angle of the bat that forced the pop up. You just got to keep it level, place that on that infield grass, and advance the runner when you're asked to square around the bunt.
Two balls, two strikes.
Certainly a lot of room that left side of the infield for Franklin, especially pitches for the most part have been away against him. Stay back and punch that right down the third base line. A lot of room. Correa's pitching him away. Franklin trying to punch that ball to left field if you can.
Two. Off speed, popped him up. Longoria underneath it. One down. Experience Angels baseball from some of the best seats in the house. Get tickets to the Lexus Diamond Club and enjoy exclusive benefits like access to the Lexus Diamond Club Restaurant and Lounge. For more details, call 888-796-HALO or log on to angels.com. Cameron Maybin 0 for 2 with a hit by pitch. One and 0. .108 pitches thrown by for real.
Potentially last batter.
One ball, one strike. Career high is 110. That happened on his third big league start, June 18th at Detroit. 1-1 pitch. Maven bounces it to short. Miller unable to get Maven. So the inning continues.
Looks like you want to take a look at it. See that stretch out, foot on the base. Definitely beat it out.
Kevin Cash is going to take the baseball from Faria. With Cole coming up, we have ourselves a pitching change. First of the ball game, and it happens with 2 outs here in the 7th. And you hear the folks, fans, friends, family, the club level here on the first base side of Jake Faria. Giving him a nice standing ovation. He departs his first start here at the Big A as a big league starter. Pitching change in the 7th. It's a 1-1 game. Rocket Arms as we take a look at tomorrow's starters. 6:05 start. Alex Cobb on the mound for the Rays. Jason Ramirez, who threw the ball exceptionally well and picked up the win last Sunday in Texas, on the mound for the Angels.
1-0 with a good career ERA against the Rays. 2.08 for JC Ramirez.
110 pitches for Jake Faria. He's responsible for Maven standing at first base, reaching on the fielder's choice. 4 strikeouts, 2 walks, 1 hit batter.
Really impressed with the youngster. Threw the ball very, very well. Big smile on his face. A lot of fans, family here.
Adam Kolarek takes over on the mound, the 28-year-old lefty. Native of Baltimore, Maryland, pitching his 5th big league game. Facing Cole Calhoun. And that hits him. How about that?
That'll probably be the only pitch he'll throw in this game.
Yep.
With Mike Trout coming up.
Well, not what he wanted to do, clearly. First hit by pitch in the big leagues. And that'll give us our second pitching change of the 7th inning. 1-1, 2 on, 2 outs. We're in the 7th. Trout coming up next. A total of 5 hits. Trout his first since coming off the disabled list tonight. Second plate appearance he had that base hit. Albert Pujols with a home run, 605th of his career, the only run for the Angels. And yet again, the Angels have been in scoring position. Trout coming up. He's got runners at first and second with 2 outs. Tommy Hunter takes over on the mound. 6th game, no record, no ERA, 4 innings, 1 hit, 4 strikeouts, 1 walk. Trout 0 for 6 in his career against Tommy.
And Hunter's got a power fastball. He'll rush that fastball. 93, even can touch 100 miles an hour with his fastball, 4-seam and 2-seam fastball. He'll throw a cutter and a curveball, changeup.
Off speed for a strike.
Hyundai key for this game for the Angels to be successful. Have Mike Trout back. Start me up. An opportunity for Mike Trout to do what he does best. Electrify the crowd here with a base hit.
Trout 1 for 3. Ground ball to the right side. Miller to his left has it. And Morrison keeps the foot on the base. And the Angels are done here in the 7th. Mike Scioscia will have a look at it, but looked like he kept the foot on there.
Looked like he was able to keep that toe on the base.
No challenge. We're off to the 8th inning. It's a 1-1 game.
Baseball from Ricky Nolasco. Blake Parker enters the ball game for the Halos as we have a 1-1 tie as we head to the top of the 8th inning. Ken French back with you. And following the game, it's Angels Live presented by your SoCal Mazda dealers. Myself, Jose Mota, Alex Curry, and of course, we're going to take a look back at Mike Trout's night making his debut after that thumb injury, and he's been at bat 4 times here tonight so far, 1 for 4, and hope to get an interview with the AL MVP at the end of this one. We'll take a look back at Ricky Nolasco's night and Albert Pujols going yard, number 605 of his career. It's a jam-packed post-game show, but right now we send it back inside for the top of the 8th with Victor and Gooby, guys.
Thanks a lot, Frenchie. As we start this 8th inning, tied at 1, Blake Parker making his 43rd appearance of the season, 3-2 with a 2.58 ERA. 54 strikeouts, 10 walks. He gets the bottom third of the order. Miller, Echeverria, and Peterson. This little looper out to shallow left field. Maven hit, puts it away. 1 pitch, 1 out.
And you know you have a club that swings a lot of first pitches. That's an all-speed pitch to get Miller out in front. An easy routine fly ball to Maven and left.
Echeverria 0 for 2.
challenge him with a fastball on a 1-0 count. Got to buy him. 94, 95 consistently with his fastball. Nasty splitter. Solid curveball from Blake Parker.
Ground ball to third, and Escobar's got it. 2 down. Echeverria had lined out to Escobar the last time up. 2 up, 2 down, and here comes Shane Peterson. He's 0 for 2. Halos in the bottom of the 8th have Pujols, Escobar, and Simmons coming up. Nobody warming for the Rays. Ground ball to second. That was a quick inning for Blake Parker.
5-pitch inning.
That's how you get it done. We're headed to the bottom of the 8th. Albert Pujols to lead things off. It's a 1-1 game. One, an age-old rivalry heats up with a new generation of players as Aaron Judge and the Yankees take on the Boston Red Sox at 12 Pacific. Then the Rangers take on the Royals at 4 Pacific on FS1.
The Rangers came back in that game against Kansas City. Kansas City up 3-0. Rangers came back, won 5-3. Talked about the Red Sox with a walk against the Yankees today.
Tommy Hunter indeed back on the bump, facing Albert Pujols. Pujols, Escobar, and Simmons. Hunter got the last out of the 7th. Albert 1 for 3 with a home run back in the 2nd. 1-0. Fouls it off. 1-1. And like Trout, Albert hitless in his career against Tommy Hunter. 0 for 7. One ball, 2 strikes. High fastball gets him. 1 out.
That's a power 4-seam fastball from Hunter upstairs at 97. Goes upstairs with a 4-seamer. Just above the letter. Get a swing and miss.
Escobar 1 for 3 with a single back in the fourth. Two balls, no strikes. That one looked like it was pretty close to strike zone. Escobar, 308 hitter in his career against Tommy Hunter. 8 for 26 with a couple of home runs. Bouncer to third. Longoria plays it on the short hop.
It's a good decision by Longoria to take away that extra hop. And this will be one of those battles too, where Tommy Hunter likes to run that fastball upstairs. Anderson Simmons can hit that fastball upstairs. 3 home runs on a 4-seam fastball, upper part of the strike zone this season.
Simmons a 1 for 3 game with a double. His 22nd back in the second inning. Halos tonight 0 for 7 with men in scoring position. This was off the end of the bat toward left. Peterson in. Angels here in the 8th go down in order. We hit in the 9th inning. Still tied at 1.
Angels baseball on Fox Sports West is being brought to you by the all-new 2017 Chrysler Pacifica, the new benchmark of minivans. Test drive one at your local Chrysler dealership today.
By Mercury Insurance, we're on a mission to save you money. Log on to mercuryinsurance.com to get a fast free quote and see how much you can save. And by Buick.
And we are tied at 1 here in the top of the 9th. Rays and Angels, well-pitched game. Look at the wild card standings. Talked about that a little bit in the pregame show today. Tampa Bay at the top of that #1 wild card. The Yankees lost today. Minnesota lost today. Kansas City lost today. Rangers beat Kansas City. Angels 2.5 back in the wild card race. Very important game here between the two teams battling for the wild cards.
Bud Norris takes over on the mound here in the 9th inning. Blake Parker at a 5-pitch 8th. 38th game for Bud. 1-2 record, a 2.23 ERA. Last pitched on Sunday. Picked up his 13th save that day. He's going to face the top of the order. Smith, Dickerson, and Longoria. Smith, the center fielder, is 0 for 2. A line out, a walk, and a fly ball to center. 2 solo home runs, the only scoring in this game. Longoria in the first, Pujols in the second. Two balls, no strikes.
Might see a take here from Smith, forcing Bud Norris to throw a strike.
Chopper left side, Norris off the mound, off balance throw, Valbuena able to dig it out and somehow keep the foot on the base. And again, stretching with the left foot on the base. That's why it looked kind of odd for him.
That was a pretty good play by Bud Norris,
Yeah.
getting off the mound quickly, dealing with those knee issues he's had this season a couple different times. The one-hop throw. He's able to get that foot back on the base, especially with the speed of Smith. And make sure you get rid of that as quick as possible. Off-balance throw from Norris.
I'm still trying to figure out why with the left foot. Anyway, it's a first down. You'll take it, especially to keep the speedy Smith off the bases. Here's Dickerson, 0 for 3. Ooh, what a big rip.
Well, that pitch was pretty much right down the heart of the plate on a slider.
Did not go. The pitch just off the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike.
See if he did indeed check his swing. Looked like he crossed the plate, could easily call it a strike.
There's the 1-2. Dickerson goes down swinging, 2 outs.
Yeah, caught in between these. We talked about he will swing at a lot of pitches, and that fastball out of the strike zone at 96 gets another swing and miss. That's 2 fastballs he swung at for a 3rd strike in this game. Chased that low fastball, unable to make contact with it. Good pitch by Bud Norris.
Evan Longoria 2 for 3, a home run and a double. A homer in the first inning, his 13th of the year, 54th RBI. Looking ahead to the Angels' bottom of the 9th inning. Valbuena, Maldonado, and Franklin, barring any pinch hitters. Chopper towards second. Franklin comes in on it. Norris with a 1-2-3 9th. We hit at the bottom of the 9th inning. It's a 1-1 game. Better than ever. Watch every out-of-market regular season game live on over 400 supported devices. Plus, get a free subscription to At Bat Premium, the #1 app for live baseball. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Go to MLB.tv for details. Bottom third of the order coming up for the Angels. Brad Boxberger on a relief for the Tampa Bay Rays. Tommy Hunter ended up going an inning and a third. Picked up one strikeout. Fullerton born, USC bred right-hander. 4 scoreless innings. Mentioned the Rays getting pitchers back from injury. Boxberger's got good stuff.
Yeah, his fastball, straight 4-seam fastball, cut fastball, 90-94, curveball, slider, changeup.
Rays foul Buena tonight. Hitless, 0 for 3. Fly ball to right, a strikeout. They come back into the mound. This hit toward first. That's a fair ball. Morrison to the backhand. Feeds Boxberger, and there's the first out of the 9th inning. So it'll bring up Martin Maldonado. Boxberger last year limited to just 27 games entry plate season. This is after he was an all-star 2015. 41 save season. 2 trips to the DL last year. Breaking ball misses. 1 ball, no strikes. Ball and a strike.
He ran that cut fastball inside on Maldonado. This base hit lasted bad for Martin, right down the first base line. Stayed back on a fastball, then try to pull it.
One and 2. Boxberger's been with the Rays since 2014. Coming over and trade with San Diego. That included Logan Forsythe. He's off the glove, and Miller, the second baseman, in the perfect position, throws him out. That's a 1-4-3 putout. 2 down. So here comes Nick Franklin.
Second baseman, number 13, Nick Franklin.
Oh for 2 tonight with a walk. Campadrojan getting ready for the 10th should we get there. 1 ball, no strikes. Franklin's never faced Brad Boxberger. 2-0 pitch. 2-1.
In a lot of room on that left side of the infield. They've been pitching Franklin away throughout this game. Tampa Bay is one of those clubs that put the defensive shift on a lot.
Off speed pitch. 3-1.
Angels 3 infielders on the right side of the infield. Pitch about a half a baseball or so off the outside corner, called the strike.
Three-two on the way. Off speed, rolled over to Morrison. Free baseball here at the Big A. First one back after the All-Star break. Why not play some extra innings? We're tied at 1.
While we were going extra innings, Evan Longoria, home run in the first inning off of Ricky Nolasco. Really the only mistake Ricky made the entire game. 7 very good innings pitched. Albert Pujols in the second, his 605th career home run. Ties it up at 1, and that's where we are right now. We start the 10th inning. Another pitching change for the Angels. Cam Bedrosian in the game now. 1-1, top of the 10th.
Cam takes over for Bud Norris, who had a perfect 9th inning, retiring decided order. Here in the 10th, he'll be Morrison, Souza, and Ramos. 17th game for Cam, 2-0 mark, and a 1.69 ERA. 9th extra inning game for the Angels this year. They played 4 last year. A little over 38,000 once upon a time here. It's a nice Friday night to kick off the long homestand. Morrison flares one towards short, and there's the first out of the 10th inning. They'll take those quick outs, especially late.
Seen quite a few one-pitch outs for the Rays. We talked about them being very aggressive on the first pitch. They've done a lot of damage on the first pitch, but in this game, though, some quick outs.
Steven Souza Jr. coming up. Right fielder's 0 for 2 with a ground down, a strikeout and a walk.
Matter of fact, 4 one-pitch outs tonight for the Angels against the Rays batters.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Straight over the top four seam fastball for Cam Bedrosian. Now ahead of the count 0-2. He's got that good wipeout slider.
One ball, two strikes. Halos at the bottom of the 10th will have Maven, Calhoun, and Trout. This one lifted out to right. Cole's there. 2 down. Wilson Ramos 0 for 3. Last time up, grounded into a double play. Jumbo Diaz getting ready in the Rays pen. Fastball in there. No.
Got a lot of the strike zone.
Did. I mean, that was right over the heart of the plate. Maybe just the inside part. It's 2-0. Rob Drake waving off Mike Scioscia, but there you go, kids.
That's a lot of the strike zone.
Yeah. Can't wave that one off. 2-0. 3-0.
Be careful with Ramos at the plate. Don't groove a fastball 3-0. More likely will have the green lights. Got good power.
This is pulled to left, a base hit. Ramos is going to turn and stop right there. A 2-out single puts a man on.
I'd like to see a pinch runner now for him. Stayed back on that 3-0 pitch, got the fastball to do some damage and lines that into left field. Stayed back on it well. Base hit into left field for Ramos.
No pitch runner. A little surprising. Here's Brad Miller. Miller 0 for 3. Now one in the dugout. Alfredo Griffin. Oh, man. It's a good thing he can dance.
Just slightly late on that one.
Cam always very deliberate between pitches, going through the routine. 0-2. Now that pitch was off the plate, yet Rob Drake calls that a strike. Oh, 2.
Maldonado set up away, tried to bring that one back, got the call, about a baseball or so off the corner.
Pulling oblique, trying to bring that one back. 0-2. Downstairs. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Trying to get to the bottom of the 10th in a 1-1 tie. Top of the order coming up for the Angels. 1 run, 3 hits, an error, 2 left on for the Rays so far. 1 run, 5 hits, 8 left on for the Angels. They had opportunities aplenty. Oh, they got the line wave working on this Friday night. 1-2 pitch. Miller lifts one out to right. Cole moving over on the warning track near the wall, and now it's off the fence. Ramos being waved around. He's going to try to score from first, and he does. But Drozier gives up the 2-out, 2-strike double that brings ahead the go-ahead run. It's 2-1 Rays.
That ball just kept carrying and carrying at the right center field. Break a ball that was down in that swing path. Brad Miller, and he drives this off the wall, high off the wall.
A little surprised to see the breaking ball with Miller at the plate. You said that is his one and only swing path, really. Especially after he was so tardy on that fastball to start the at-bat. For Miller, 5th double, 18th run batted in. 2-1 Rays. We're in the 10th. Here's Adeiny Echeverria. The shortstop takes a strike. Miller at second base. 0-2 pitch. 1-2.
Running into first for the Rays, a run into 10th here for the Rays. Peterson on deck.
One, two. Oh, it lined into the seats. Another swing from a hitter very late on a fastball. Unfortunately, I don't think he got anybody. Two-out, two-strike double by Brad Miller after Ramos had a 2-out single, giving the Rays a 2-1 lead here in the 10th.
Again, lead on another fastball.
Reaching for it, and it goes foul. Gab retired the first two batters rather quickly in a Soft liner on one pitch off the bat of Morrison, then got Souza hit a fly ball to right and fell behind on Ramos. 3-0. Before he got the base hit, and then had Miller right where he wanted him. Mistake breaking ball. Miller doubled off the wall. This will be his 20th pitch. Pass in the dirt, advancing to third is Miller.
Overthrew that breaking ball from Cam Bedrosian.
Now the 2-2. And down goes Echeverria, but damage done with 2 outs yet again. Big double by Miller gives the Rays a 2-1 lead. We head to the bottom of the 10th. Maven, Calhoun, and that guy, Mike Trout, due up.
Looking for someone to be on base so he could do that damage for a walk-off.
The order due up for the Angels. Maven, Calhoun, and Trout with the Rays leading it by the score of 2-1. New pitcher on for Tampa Bay. Alex Colomé takes over. 28-year-old Dominican. So far this year, 25 saves, 2-3 with a 3.76 ERA, 36 strikeouts, 18 walks at 40 and 2/3 innings. You'll have a new center fielder, former Angel Peter Borges. It's good to see Peebo back here at the Big A. Smith moves from center out to left. So Peterson no longer in the game.
Colomé's fastball is 92 to 96 with a curveball, sharp slider, and a changeup.
Cameron Maven tonight, 0 for 3. Been hit by a pitch. Colomé last year an all-star for the Rays. 37 saves on the year and a 1.91 ERA.
Cole Calhoun on deck.
1-0, it's in there, breaking ball.
He will throw a lot of sliders, even though he has a firm fastball. He throws quite a few sliders.
Looking for base runners. There's a strike on the corner. 1-2. There's the 1-2 to Maben. He'll pull this one right to Longoria. One away.
And another slider out in front, lines it. Longoria right there to get the first out here at the 10th. Always in that good prep step, ready. See right there for Evan Longoria. Very solid third baseman for the Rays.
Cole tonight 0 for 2. Also walked, had been hit by a pitch. A bouncer toward the mound. Colome's got it. 2 down. And the Halos down to the last out. It'll be Mike Trout coming up. Trout's had some success against Colome in his career. 3 for 8 with 2 home runs. Trout looks at a strike.
Always good on any pitch, the lower part of the strike zone, whether it's a sinker or slider, even change up low could do the damage.
1 for 4 tonight. His return. Breaking ball. 0-2. The bona fide windup from Colome. And down goes Trout, and the Angels drop the opener to the Rays by the final of 2-1 in extras.
Particular Land Rover above and beyond player of the game to swing in the 10th. And Brad Miller. Breaking ball from Cam Bedrosian was the key hit. The go-ahead run in the 10th. 2 out. Double for Brad Miller. Brings home the winning run as Tampa wins the first game of this 3-game set. 2-1 well-pitched game. Tampa Bay showing why they are so good this season, especially in close games.
Brad Boxberger picks up the victory. Cam Bedrosian the loss. Colome notches the save as the Angels drop the opener of the homestand. The first of 3 against the Rays. The final of 2-1. Angels Live post-game coming up next.